welcome back to RPMbassy. Today we're going to be doing something slightly different. We're going to be going through a top 10 list, but we're doing a part 1 of our favourite album covers, and part 1 is my part. So I'm going to do 10 through to 1 all in one go, and then later on down the line, John's going to do his part. So without further ado, there are several albums in here that I did purely pick because of the album artwork. So
not because of the music.
Not necessarily because of the music. So some of them I don't have a ton to say about. I've got a little bit of information about each, and some I will go a bit more in depth because they just so happen to be great albums with great artwork. This first one is one that I pretty much picked up on the strength of a single track, and like having like listened to the album further, it is a good album, but that track is definitely still the standout track of it. So the album itself is Listening Tree by Tim Exile. It's a 2009 album, I believe. So he's a British like electronic IDM producer. Does a lot of work with Native Instruments. Like I think he's like actually employed by them now. And he's like done all kinds of different like plugins and instruments with them. Spent a long time in like the early noughties doing a lot of stuff through Reactor. Like a lot of his early stuff has that kind of module Max MSP kind of almost fake modular synthesis kind of sound to it. And this is kind of like a combination of that. There's a lot of that weird kind of glitchiness that you would get with sort of modular and Eurorack synths. A lot of that kind of FM sort of simulated string noise. Very, very electronic. Right. Electronica. It's a weird combination of that, but also with him doing vocals on it. As a singer, he is okay. Right. That's about as good as I can go. Like he's an alright singer. It's very sort of weird operatic, like forcing his voice out, but on top of these weird offbeat, like really weird like gabba tracks and stuff. It's odd. Really, really odd. But the standout track on it is Carousel. That's probably the as close to a straightforward track as you get. There's still like weird tempo changes and stuff in it, but it has like a verse, a chorus, like a proper kind of structure to it, even if it is kind of like stop, start, up and down. So Carousel's the song I would like recommend people check out if they want to get an idea of what Tim Exile can do. The album itself, as I say, it is good, but that's the standout track, and a lot of the other stuff is just very weird, kind of plinky ploopy, kind of. I like plinky ploopy. The sort of think sort of like Aphex Twin, but a little bit less kind of distorted and aggressive, and more kind of synthesized and like well-rounded, I suppose. Something like that. But yeah.
Is there a picture of the guy on the sleeve at all?
No, unfortunately not. Like this is, he does have like the inserts. There are some bits of art on there. Nice. So you've got that and some lyrics as well, if you can see that. I mean, he has himself, like, he's quite an unassuming looking guy. Most pictures I've seen him, he's just got like a red jacket that he wears on stage, and he's just a guy with brown hair, and that's about it. He's just a British guy. It's whatever. But yeah, so fantastic album cover, obviously. Weird kind of like 2009 era design kind of look to it. Part of the reason why I like it is because it feels like graphic design from that era. Like I went to uni, like pretty much as this was coming out was when I started uni, and I was doing graphic design work at the time, and like this is the kind of stuff that I would like look up to at the time, and it feels such a callback to that era, because the way like design and like marketing has changed. This isn't a kind of album cover I think you would get today. That kind of like digitally, you know, it's almost like you would get like from like, you would always get like cutouts of stuff, but it's like a digitally manipulated version of it.
Yeah, what I like about the artwork, if you not the main bit in the artwork, but if you look at the bottom, it looks very much like the old sleeves from the 70s from like a lot of the prog rock acts like Journey, Asia, all of that. I kind of like the bottom half of it.
Yeah, nice.
But I know what you're saying about the rest of it.
Yeah. So there we are. Tim Exile, Listening Tree, number 10.